Next News, breaking news.
An 18-year-old college student walking with friends near Loyola University in Chicago is now dead, shot in what police are calling a random, unprovoked attack. The suspect? A Venezuelan national who walked right through Joe Biden's open border in 2023 and was released after prior encounters with authorities. Well, tonight, President Trump pulling no punches, calling out the radical left's sanctuary policies that made this tragedy possible. Here's what the mainstream media won't tell you. Chicago's Democrat mayor actually banned ICE from operating in public parks, the very places where innocent Americans are now being murdered. How many more lives will be sacrificed on the altar of open borders? That's the question. You see, it's not just a Chicago story, my friends. This is your story. This is every parent sending their kid off to college, praying they come home safe. This is every family walking through a public park completely unaware that Democrat politicians have turned those spaces into protected zones for illegal alien criminals. Think about that for just a moment. Mayor Brandon Johnson signed an executive order creating, quote, ICE-free zones across Chicago's city property. Public parks off limits to the very agents trying to remove dangerous criminals from our streets. And what happened? A young woman full of promise, her whole life ahead of her, gunned down in one of those public spaces. Governor Pritzker requires law-abiding American citizens to beg for permission to exercise their Second Amendment rights, but illegal aliens, they're exempt. The radical left has created a two-tier justice system where American citizens follow the rules and foreign criminals get special protection. This is the Biden-Harris legacy. 4 years of open borders, catch and release, and sanctuary city madness, and now President Trump is left cleaning up the bodies. You see, before I get to that, I need to tell you something. See, I've tried hundreds of supplements over the years. Nothing has delivered results like C60 Evo. This prize-winning molecule made lab animals live 90% longer. And now I know why. My brain fog gone, joint pain I've had for years virtually eliminated. My wife's skin looks 10 years younger. My energy levels feel like I'm 20 years younger. This molecule is 172 times more powerful than vitamin C and worth more than gold per ounce. The scientists behind it, making it in their lab in Houston since 1991. It's not just another antioxidant. See, it works at the cellular level where aging actually happens. And the Paris study showed the longest life extension in history. And now my family is living proof that it works. Visit c60evo.com/NNN and use code NNN for exclusive savings. Whether you want more energy, clearer thinking, better skin, or just to feel young again, this is your answer. c60evo.com/NNN. Use code NNN at checkout because 90% longer life starts with one decision. Don't wait. Transform your health today. But here's where it gets even more sinister, folks. The Democrats are not just protecting illegal alien criminals, they're actually trying to endanger the brave men and women of ICE who are risking their lives to remove these dangerous individuals. Sean Duffy just exposed their sick game. Democrats are demanding ICE agents remove their face masks during operations. Why? So radical leftist activists can identify them, dox them online, show up at their homes and harass their children. Let that sink in. They want to terrorize the families of federal agents. Here's President Trump.
Killed by an illegal immigrant that was let in under the Biden administration.
Let in by Biden.
Give a message for her family.
It's devastating. These people were let in by Biden. We're getting them out. We're getting them out fast. That's why ICE is so important. They're doing such a good job. This animal, I saw the whole thing last night. They gave me a briefing. Came in through Joe Biden with his open door policy and his border czar, Kamala, who never saw the border. Never made one phone call. All the ICE people, you see, they all know me. Everyone knows me. They like me. I speak to them all the time. Didn't make one phone call during 4 years. She was the border czar to anybody on the border. Never went there. This person came in through the open door policy of Joe Biden, and we have others. We're taking them out by the tens of thousands. We're doing a great job, but it's a shame. They've hurt our country. Just remember this. Joe Biden and that gang of radical left lunatics, some very smart, but radical left and bad ideology, sick people. These people have hurt our country very badly.
President Trump on the tarmac there. DHS confirms suspect in custody for murdering Loyola University student Sheridan Gorman in Chicago is a Venezuelan illegal who was caught and released at the border by the Biden administration in May of 23. DHS says he was also released from local custody. Trump not holding back on Biden's open border being a critical threat. His stance on immigration doesn't stop there. Here's what President Trump posted on Truth Social. I'm a big proponent of ICE wearing masks as they search for and are forced to deal with hardened criminals, many of whom were let into our country by sleepy Joe Biden and his wonderful border czar, Kamala. She never went to the border. Through absolutely insane open border policy. I would greatly appreciate, however, no masks when helping our country out of the Democrat-caused mess at the airports. Thank you, President Trump. As Trump's social media statement slams the administration's policies, the focus shifts to Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson, who's made controversial decisions affecting ICE operations. Mayor Johnson banned ICE from public parks. Sheridan Gorman was killed by an illegal in a public park.
We are signing an executive order aimed at reining in this out-of-control administration. The order establishes ICE-free zones. That means that city property and unwilling private businesses will no longer serve as staging grounds for these raids.
And now, someone is dead. In the wake of Mayor Johnson's executive order creating ICE-free zones in Chicago, concerns about the safety of ICE agents himself take center stage. Sean Duffy weighing in on the troubling implications. Listen.
But as you know, ICE is funded through 2029, but the president has made concessions to Democrats where ICE would wear body cameras. I think the real sticker here is Democrats want ICE to take off their face masks. The problem with that is we know that Democrats are going to want to dox those ICE agents, go to their homes, harass their kids. That's a problem. And I think there's a bigger issue here. The Democrats actually want to defund ICE, or they want to defund CBP. And so the common sense Democrats have to come to the table, figure out a solution to, again, let these lines flow. This is spring break. We have families that are trying to go on vacation, and they're stuck in lines for 2-3 hours at a time. And it's painful. With a guy with 9 kids, I've traveled with them, and it's really hard just to get right through TSA and travel, let alone sit in lines for 2 to 3 hours.
So this is what we're really dealing with. The radical left, you see, they don't want immigration enforcement to fail by accident. They want it to fail by design. Create sanctuary cities, ban ICE from public spaces, expose those agents to violent harassment, release criminals back onto the streets. It's a system built to protect the worst of the worst while leaving American citizens completely defenseless. But President Trump sees right through it. He called them out directly. Joe Biden and that gang of radical left lunatics with their sick ideology. These people have hurt our country, and now with ICE funded through 2029 and deportations happening by the tens of thousands, the Trump administration is dismantling their open border nightmare piece by piece. The deep state's panicking because their replacement agenda is being reversed. You see, this is the fight of our lifetime, patriots. An innocent 18-year-old college student is dead because Democrat politicians chose illegal aliens over American citizens. It's that simple. President Trump is doing exactly what he promised, getting these criminals out fast. ICE is working around the clock despite the left's desperate attempts to obstruct, dox, and defund them. But we need your voice in this fight. Share this video with everybody you know and drop a comment and tell me, should mayors who create sanctuary policies be held accountable when Americans die because of those policies? Yes or no? And because you made it to the end of the video, congratulations. Here's a little free gift for you. Text raw feed to 844-840-4963. That's how we bypass the algorithm. That's how we bypass the missed notifications that you've been waiting for. I read your comments. I see. When you text raw feed to 844-840-4963, I will send you a direct message right to your phone with the news that you want. And if you haven't yet, tap subscribe below. Ring the notification bell regardless, so you don't miss our coverage of this administration's victories. If you want to show your support for America First, check out the Next News merch shop below this video. The mainstream media will never tell you the truth about what's really happening at our border, but we will every single day. I'm Gary Franchi for the Next News Network. Stay informed and stay free.
The system controls information. Information control is power.
They don't want you to see this.
The truth only survives together. They don't want this shared. Share this now.